Well, good afternoon. I think I got to work in here, folks. Let's hope. Boy, I've been having problems with my YouTube. I don't know why. I have another account that's really old. It's got 50 subscribers that I don't use, and that kept popping up. And I couldn't go live on this one. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. Hey, we got somebody here. Geez, take care. Hi, how you doing? Ravenheart. Great to see you guys. Folks, I've been having problems for 3 days with my YouTube. It's crazy what I've been going through. I would schedule a live, and then when I would hit the next button, it would freeze up. Ravenheart, I remember you. Well, yes, I do. It's been a long time. There's my friend Fawn. How you doing, Fawn? Okay. It's great to have you people here. You know, folks, I got so many things that I want to talk about and try to keep it on one subject, okay? And it's not easy. But you know what? I'm going to be talking to you about one of the greatest movies, my movies. You want to hear about my movies? One of the greatest ones ever made. So let's talk about Robert De Niro. Now, you might not like him for his political views. He's got his political views, all right? Raven, I don't recall kicking you out, okay? Uh, but you know, as long as you keep things respectful here, I got no problem with anybody. Wyatt Earp, how you doing, my friend? Okay? And folks, hit that like button, okay? Help me out as much as you can over here. All right. But, you know, going back to Robert De Niro, unequivocally one of the greatest actors of all time. And, you know, all his movies have been great movies, except the last one, Alto Nights. Okay? Mm. Uh, Alto Nights was horrible. They allowed De Niro to play both Frank Costello and Vito Genovese. How come you folks can't hit that like button? All right? I'd like to know. Leave me a comment why you refuse to hit the like button. Okay? I take the time to come here. I tell you what my problems are. But I'm going to tell you, today I'm feeling better than I have in so long. You can. All right? It was 2 months ago. I was in the hospital, as you know. All right? And I'm feeling better now. Folks, today I feel really great, except the aggravation that technology gives me. Me and technology don't get along. No matter what it is, anything to do with technology. And you know the thing is, I don't know how to. Google and YouTube, they got this help center. Go there, you write things in, you don't hear back from them. You can't get a phone number. They got millions of phone numbers, all for people who want to buy ads, not to help us. So anyway, I'm lost here. So let's go back to De Niro, and I'm sure I get off track here. Okay, but you know what problems he got with Trump? That's his thing. You know, he lived in New York. Trump lived in New York. There might be something between the two of them. I don't know. But talking about his last movie, only did a couple $1 million at the box office. Okay, and but the director was Mark Levinson. Mark Levinson is not a director to be directing gangster movies. And you know why? He doesn't know his characters. I guarantee you, if Martin Scorsese directed that there, or Sergio Leone, who I'm going to get to, he's no longer with us. If he directed it, there would have been a box office smash. Oh, thank you, Wanderer, $10. Wander, thank you so much for that there. I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate that there. You know how much money I have made? All right. How much? What? How much I have made from YouTube in the last 4 days? Hold on to your seats, folks. You ain't going to believe this. 60 cents. I swear to God. Okay? 60 cents is all I made. So, Wander, when I tell you how much, okay, I appreciate that there. Great. Thank you so much. So, we're talking about, okay, and folks, keep hitting that like button, okay? You know, I like to get to 100 people, you know, and okay, hit the like button. Hey, we got Mandy here. Mandy, I don't know how I did it, but man, I got crazy. All right, but I'm here. What would I think of Ronnie? It wouldn't be happy days anymore. No, let me go with what I was going to talk about. Okay? A lot of you don't remember this movie, but it's available on Amazon Prime. You got to watch it. One of the greatest gangster movies, in my opinion. Better than Casino, better than Goodfellas. Okay? It's called Once Upon a Time in America, 1984. It's a Sergio Leone's epic crime film starring Robert De Niro and James Wood. See, that was before Hollywood barred James Barr because he's a Republican. I think that's despicable to do something like that. But Hollywood did it. Okay? That's another story for another time. All right? Chronicling the lives of Jewish gangsters in New York City from the 1920s to the 1960s. Folks, those were the good years for the gangsters. And folks, keep hitting that like button. Exploring themes of friendship, betrayal, and memory through a complex, non-linear narrative based on Harry Gray's novel The Hoods. The film is known for its grand-scale haunting, Ennio Morricone score, and masterful direction to the initial American release was heavily edited, leading to confusion before Leone's definitive cut was restored. You're going to hear that name Leone. You all know who Clint Eastwood was, who he is. Remember he began in the spaghetti western over in Italy? It was Sergio Leone directing, okay? In the movie, De Niro was known, his name was Noodles. Folks, I got to tell you, watch it. It's a great, great movie. My name is Karen. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that there. All right. Oh, yeah, you go back, you had Cagney and George Rat. They did great movies. Okay. But, folks, this was considered a masterful gangster genre. And it's really a great movie. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay. Now I am partial to Goodfellas and Casino because I happen to know the writer Nick Pileggi, who's a very dear friend of mine. Nick and I talk a couple times a week, and he wrote both those scripts. Okay. Oh, Joe Pesci was in that movie too. Thank you, Bloodworm. Uh, Joe Pesci and Howard Schreck were also in that movie. They were very young then, 1984 that was. Boy, 1984. What was I doing in 1980? I was hustling in 1984. Okay? You want to know, Matt? Several millions of dollars. Okay? Oh, yeah, oh, Pesci good. I think the best movie Pesci was in was My Cousin Vinny, honest to God. Okay? Joe Pesci's really great in everything he does. People don't want him. I only got 18 people here. My God. Oh, well, at least I'm here. All right. And I'm feeling great, folks. Okay. Yeah. New Mexico. Yes. Check it out, please. Okay. You know, folks, I want to talk about another thing here. You all saw Todd Blanche get out there after that. And I don't know if it was an attempted assassination. I have no idea what it was because I don't know what to believe. But apparently, that kid, what's his name, Alan Doe or whatever it is, Alan Cole, okay, he never fired a gun, okay? But they're not going to tell us that, okay? No, they won't tell us that, okay? Because they don't tell us shit. But Todd Blanche gets out there, all right, talking about James Comey, and we're going after him again, okay? Here, we got a government going after other people, not making things better for you or for me, okay? They're going after James Comey. Now, honest to God, I never liked James Comey. I never liked his daughter, okay? To me, I don't like prosecutors, okay? But he wrote in the sandwich when he made with seashell 8647. Todd Blanche comes out and says, that's a mafia slang to kill somebody. That's total bullshit. And I know, folks. How would I know? Well, you know, I was an associate. Not a one family, but a two family. The Colombo crime family in New York. I was friends with Sonny Franchese for 50 years. Then here on the East Coast, Jimmy Caci, CACI, that is. Okay, you could Google his name. The underboss of Los Angeles. Jimmy and I were like brothers. Okay? Now, who did I trust between the two more? I trusted Jimmy. Okay? I trusted Jimmy more than Sonny Franchise. Okay? I know Sonny Franchise better and most people out there who are alive today, including his son, or two sons, who both turned rats, which you all know. Okay? Now, let me tell you what an 86 is. You can Google this, you can go to the dictionary, you could look this up yourself. But let me tell you what it is. 86 is American slang, primarily meaning to get rid of, discard, refuse service, or eject someone from a venue. while originating as 1930s restaurant jargon for being out of an item. It has evolved sometimes to imply to kill or eliminate, particularly in fictional bullshit. Primary meaning in restaurants, bars, it means an item is out of stock or a customer is barred. But they always want to put organized crime in there. I can't tell you, okay, with Sonny, with Jimmy, folks, I was not a rat. So a lot of things I cannot discuss. Hello, Scorpion. Wanda, don't worry about the trolls and the wannabe gangsters there. Don't worry about them, okay? I've witnessed wars, politics, government, and so many unfair things from the government that you could not believe, okay? The RICO Act is illegal and unconstitutional. Yeah, folks, hit that like button, okay? Jimmy was the most stand up guy you ever want to know. Jimmy and I did it. Anything you could think of, Jimmy and I did it, and we did it together. Never ever using the word 86, like Todd Blanche, who is now the interim head of the Department of Justice. No, it's not true. You're right, Snake. I never ratted on anybody in my entire life. Never. And I never would. But I wanted to share that with you folks so that you know, okay, what 86 means. Okay? We never even knew what the freak 86 meant. Okay? And we're gonna do that's not how. Okay? That's not how anybody would say get rid of somebody in a month. At least I never heard it. And I was with two of the best underbosses in the country. And that's all I could tell you. You want to hear more about it? Go talk to the rats over there because you got a lot of them on YouTube. Okay? Our courts don't do the justice, okay? Our judicial system is so rigged, okay? If you go way back with me, folks, you will see, all right? The scales of justice are like this, they're not equal, okay? Impossible to be equal. They have you guilty before, and you got to prove your innocence. You want to learn more about it? Buy my book, okay? My book's available, folks, on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and it's available in Audible and Kindle, okay? If you don't have a lot of money, it's much cheaper to Kindle and the Audible. Go buy it, okay? Spend a few bucks. Yeah, Chewbacca, the largest mafia in the world. What is the largest mafia in the world? I bet you don't know. I bet you think it's the Sicilians, huh? Well, you're wrong. Okay? Totally wrong. It's the Androgata. You know what the Androgata is? It's spelled with a G, N. Okay? Thank you, Wonder. Purchase it. My book is available on my website if you want an autographed copy. Okay? And Wonder, I don't know if you noticed, but you know that comment that you wrote me? I did that on, I posted that as a post. Okay? And I posted it on my TikTok and other places. So I want to thank you so much for that also, Wanderer. Okay? They try to take Trump out again today. Look at folks, anybody, all these attempts, there's something wrong with that picture. I'm not feeling it anymore. None of them are professionals. None. None of them. And the guy from Butler, for Trump to go down, come up and put his arm out there, that was staged. That was freaking staged. His ear doesn't look like anything happened to it. Don't you think he'd have scars or something on his ear if a bullet went through it or whatever? He's got none of that. Wake up, America. Anything he can do to get away from the Epstein file, all right? Because he thinks, because his ratings went up after Butler, and he thought that's going to happen again. And his ratings are the lowest of any president of any time. And it's simple. He's done nothing what he said he would do. But let's turn that coin around. How many people here invest? If you want to make money, okay, invest like Trump is. And the company that he's investing in, because he's making billions, billion with a B, billion. Do you know when he ran for office the first time and he proclaimed he was a billionaire? He was not a billionaire. You know what his liquid cash was then? It's still a lot of money. His liquid cash was $400 million. That means with everything, all the real estate, everything, after he sold it, he ends up with 400 million. All right? You know what his liquid cash is today? Guess. Anybody guess here? $1.4 billion. He is worth liquid cash 1 billion more. His total net worth is at about $4.5 billion. Huh? Oh, somebody asked me a question here. All right. You're right. Nuevo Mexico. I thought the second Godfather 2 with De Niro. I think that was the best Godfather in my opinion. Folks, come on, let's hit that like button. Boom, 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 boom. Cost you nothing. Okay? Cost you not a penny. Why can't you folks hit it? Leave me a comment why you don't, and hit the thumbs down if you don't like what I'm saying too. All right? Hit something. But don't be a mope and just sit there, okay? With your, most people got a 15-second span. 15 seconds. You want to know why this world is screwed up? All right? Hmm. Children says 12 billion. They're saying the vice president drove by the area of the shooting earlier before it happened. I don't know. There's a lot of they're saying Vance and this guy Cole somehow they were friends. I don't know. Or who knows anything, folks? Our government's only going to tell us what they want to tell. Okay? But folks, you know, national price of gasoline is $4.13. The average price in California is $6.12. Why are we so much more? And don't think for one moment that these prices are going to go down. They're not. Okay? Trump screwed up with all those terrorists and all that bullshit he did. Okay? That put the prices of everything higher. He wants to talk about what he's doing that Biden messed up on. Let me tell you something. Biden was not in his right mind. And I didn't like Biden. I never liked him. You know why I never liked him? Because he himself wrote the worst crime bill in history. Joe Biden's responsible for putting more people in prison than anybody else. But let's put that aside, okay? Trump done nothing to help us. The terrorists, the war, all because of Israel he's doing that. No other reason. Because his CIA and his military advisor, they all told him don't do it. But he went against his advisors and listened to Benjamin Netanyahu. Mimi, in my 81 years on earth here, I have never experienced anything and saw such a mess of our country that it is in right now. We are in serious trouble. Okay? They're firing bombs over there and missiles. Okay? Yeah, Trump says we intercept. Trump's full of shit. You want to hear something. Come on, folks. Give me 40 more. I need 40 more likes over here. Can we do that? Okay? Hey, folks, help me out. YouTube's paid me 60 cents for the last 2 days. I can't figure it out. When I had 4,500, 5,000 subscribers, I made 800 and some odd dollars in 1 month. Now here it is, I got almost 17,000 and I make 60 cents in 4 days. Okay? That's not even 10, what is it, 15 cents a day? Why do they pay me anything for? I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not here for the money, but I like to make money. You know, my coffee, all your and your coffee has gone from $6.99 to $10.99 in grocery stores. That's not Biden doing that. That's Donald Trump. Yeah. And folks, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Okay? You know, this is May. Next month is June. This year's almost half over. Can you believe it? Almost half over. It's going to be Christmas before you know it. Before you close your eyes and open them, it's going to be Christmas. Elizabeth Smart. Who is she? I don't know who she is. You folks know who Elizabeth Smart is? Come on, what are your comments? Huh? Well, look at all the messages automatically. We had a lot of trolls here today. Okay, for those of you who are not trolls, hit that subscribe and like button, okay? Someday, folks, I probably won't be here. All the truth will eventually come out because the truth always comes out. And we will find out about these shootings of Trump. You're going to find out someday who's in those Epstein files. Thank you, Mimi, and thank you all. Okay? There's Minnie says Trump's a legend. Yeah, he is. In his own mind. Folks, I'm from New York. I know all about Trump. And I still voted for him because I actually thought he changed. You had no idea how many contractors he screwed in New York and New Jersey. Didn't pay them. You had no idea how many. You don't know about one who lost his business, lost everything, and committed suicide. Oh, you don't know about that, do you? You don't hear Trump bragging about that, do you? It's true. Look it up. Do your research. Because I sure as hell do mine, and I don't talk unless I know what I'm talking about. I'm not a Trump hater. I don't hate nobody. But I dislike him. There's a big difference. All right? Rick Henry, I didn't want to say it, but you're absolutely correct. Israel is the real issue. They want war. The Zionists want war, not the Jews. Not the Jews. There's a difference. A Zionist Jew and a regular Jew, okay? Regular Jews want peace. But the Zionists are the ones who are your billionaires. Yeah. And a lot of them are in the Epstein file. And it was Bibi Netanyahu who told Trump that he could not open the files. Folks, I got a lot of Iranians that live around me over here. They're all good people, hardworking, great, friendly. But Trump and everybody else on his side has painted Iran that the people were all bad. They are not. Okay? It's like the people paint Russia is all bad. Have any of you ever been to Russia here? One of the most, Moscow is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. The people are out all the time. The people are very happy. People in China painted as bad people. But it seems everybody's happy. They're out on the streets hustling and bustling. So we're being brainwashed, folks. And I wanted to share that with you. And I hate to say that. Okay? You know, I came late today, folks. And for those of you who don't know who are here, there was having a lot of problems. Okay? With YouTube. I think I figured out what it is. I hope I did. So I can come to you tomorrow fresh in the morning like I normally do. And give you create good content. I want to try to make you happy, not give you this negative stuff. Okay? So, folks, until tomorrow, try to stay happy. Do something kind for others today. And do we have a couple more likes? Get me to 75 at least today. Okay, can we do that? Thank you, folks. All my love and respect to you all. God bless you all. Thank you so much.